So the last time we did a little YouTube visit, we went into the illusion of time. And it turned out that time was an interesting trickster because I went very long. We wound up with three and a half little portions of one setting of information. I definitely didn't plan on going that long. I didn't have any real detail set. So today we're going to try and keep it a little bit more into a frame that's easier for everyone to look at, quicker for people to sit through, easier to process. But I'm going into one of the most, a subject matter that I am the most inspired by, and that is dreaming. Dreaming for me, I lead workshops and lead people into their dream work through a series of gatherings that I do called the Dreamers of the New Dawn. The new work that I'm working on through the Dreamers of the New Dawn is a series of gatherings and workshops, teachings that are called Rise and Shine in the Genesis Field. The rise is, we talk about rising up in the morning, you know, the sun rises and we rise and we get on about our day. That's the rise, but more than anything else, it's the rising up as the new you, the greater potential in the you that you are by seeking a deeper consciousness, a greater awareness in utilizing the dream for your work, utilizing the dream for your soul's growth, utilizing the dream for your spiritual awakenings, to turn on mental capacities that you've not had turned on before, to heal the physical body, to secure the emotional body, being able to understand the translation between the psyche and the soul as well. So there's a lot to the dream. There's a lot to dream potential. My personal work with the dream, I started remembering back. I started really looking back at one point about 4 years ago to when dreaming had its real introduction to me. And through a great deal of work and work with a dear friend of mine, a complete dream mystic and master, a gentleman by the name of Jonah Haas in California, Santa Barbara, California. We had taken a couple of workshops together and decided to become dream realm partners and push each other a little bit further into the dream realm. So Jonah and I helped each other find new ways of working with the dream and looking with the dream. And the thing that I recalled through really in-depth work was the first time I really analyzed or thought about or believed in or questioned my first dream. I was doing so at about 4 years of age. The crib slats, the slats to my crib, or perhaps a youth bed, I could see them around me as I was pondering a dream that I had had. So the dreams are generally awakening in us and waking us up from, my belief is, prior to birth. I think we dream in the womb the whole time we're in it. Dreaming for me, as I was growing up, I look back on the dreams and I believe that the dreams were my portals to freedom. I could set off on any journey. I could go in any direction. I could release myself from my family, my home, the daytime parameters of being a little one and all the way up through adolescence, adult life. So I've always utilized my dreams and accessed my dreams for a greater expansion, a greater awareness, a greater potential, a greater freedom, as I say, with the Freedom Portal. The dream to me was always there. Dreams have never been something I've had to call on, never been something that I wished I was having. I've always recalled my dreams. I've always had really, really strong, powerful, imaginative, colorful, lucid dreams. First time someone mentioned to me, you know, have you ever considered checking into lucid dreaming? When I did, I realized I had very little so-called regular dreams. And this pushed me even further into dream exploration. The dream for me, as I would sit here and translate this information for you, we all dream. We all dream. The average life we sleep, you know, if we've got a 75-year life span, we've got 20 years of that we're sleeping. Of the 20 years that we are sleeping, 15 years of those dreams could be, 15 years of that sleep, we spend dreaming, visioning, having ideas that we wouldn't necessarily have in the daytime. And my thought on it all is, if we're dreaming for 15 years in the average lifespan, why wouldn't it make sense to do something with that time, with those dreams? When we go into the potent nature of dreams and the fact that they're so unstructured, they're so unreal, they're such vivid imagination, so unexplainable. The explanation of that, when we go to sleep, the uninhibited mind turns on, leaving us the potential to dream radical dreams. And when we wake up in the morning with the sunrise or with an alarm clock, the uninhibited mind turns off. The inhibited mind that travels with us through the day turns on, and therefore we have a more mundane experience during the day and a more amazing experience in the dream realm at night. When I found out about this, my goal was to leave the uninhibited mind on and never go into uninhibited, never go into inhibited again. It's easier said than done, but over the last 4 years that I've been practicing that, my world has changed entirely. And this is being spoken right now by someone who's dreamed vividly all my life. The reason for recall being so difficult for people is that little switch between the inhibited mind of the daytime, the uninhibited mind of the nighttime, or the inhibited mind of a nap time, the uninhibited time of the wake up after the nap. So this opportunity to dream vivid, lucid, sweet, wild, wonderful dreams has to do with something as simple as connecting in, stating, I will recall my dreams, and simply being aware of something called the inhibited mind works when we're upright, awake. The uninhibited mind goes to work in the dream realm when we are asleep or horizontal for the most part. I am one who could speak forever about the dream. It's the reason why I teach dream workshops, interpret dreams with others. I'm writing a book about dreaming right now. I do everything I can to guide people into, lead people into the magic realm of the dream world. There is healing waiting in the dream realm. There is psychic understanding and prophetic nature to the dream realm. you'll find that the deeper you go into your trust in the dream realm, the more trustworthy and the more you can trust in your awakened world. And visions come to you. Lucid living comes to you. The sweet dream becomes what makes you come true. Everyone says you can make your dreams come true. You can. We all have a dream inside of us that wants to make us come true. It's the dream of our beliefs, the dream of our spirit, the dream of our soul, the awakening that we seek to be one with all. That for me, that for many others that I know, is available to us in the tapping in the greater realm of the dream. The greater potential of our innate, instinctive, intuitive ability. We all have innate ability, we're born with it. Instinctive ability is developed. Intuitive comes from tapping into all of these things and the trust that we reach for, knowing that we know what we know. We know that we dream. We want them all to be sweet. We don't want the nightmares. It's a balance. There's no such thing as a bad dream. They're all good. If there's anything that I can do for you to answer any of your questions about dreaming, to guide you into a greater dream realm, to bring things together for you in your dream world, to bring them to your awakened world, please let me know. It would be my honor to help you. I thank you for these moments here. Sweet dreams.